Amen.
Imagine, upon what you've done, rise and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Ayah, Shabkat, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Wadazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baharatza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Thundernow, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kawaki now, Kazalak now, Kawaki now, Wala, Tabayah now, Banasai, Abal, Shai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Allah, Par, Lawalayim, Amam.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Alahari, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Ma'it, Warataza, Amiyatan, Amawat, Magalka, Aliyanawam, Shamarka, Anat, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yaishan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Shamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Bayarak, Bayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Call, Right, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaraka, Wabuaka, Mayata, I will.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes. Unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth and even forevermore.
Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua. Kasha. Thundernow. Ka. Raba'ah. Kalmakala. Kalmadawa. Ka. That's a heart. To the right. Ka. The Hakim. Ka. Arakawa. Allah. Garsha. Bashim Yahushua.
Let's make sure that we In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
So like the power in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanao.
Barak Lanao.
Vayasher
Vayasher
Abiyah.
Abiyah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rafa'ah.
Rafa'ah.
Magun.
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 Hagun.
Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats the name once.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
ISUPK Minnesota.
ISUPK Minnesota.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. ISUPK Minnesota.
ISUPK Minnesota.
ISUPK Haiti.
ISUPK Haiti.
All the Levite brothers and Issacharite brothers in Mexico.
All the Levite brothers and Issacharite brothers in Mexico.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
The Warama.
Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless Heal, Shield, Protect.
Bless us, shield, protect.
Loved ones.
Loved
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahai.
Alahai.
Abdamiyah.
Abdamiyah.
Lakab.
Lakab.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashkwat.
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabika.
Yabika.
Yahama.
Yaham.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ash.
Al-Imaka.
Alamak.
Yarayama.
Yarayam.
Sawara.
Suwa.
Wayata.
Wayat.
Yantazawa.
Watazaw.
Altazawapaka.
Altazawapaka.
Marwa.
Amar.
The Kawa.
Lakab.
Nagidam.
Hakidam.
Garia.
Gari.
Alaha.
Wala.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashala.
Yashal.
Iwata.
Iwata.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nayatazawa.
Nayatazawa.
Ba.
Naba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Yaka.
Bahaya.
Varia.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa.
Alia.
Alia.
Iwam.
Arhum.
Wa.
Wa.
Yashamai.
Yashmai.
Alayam.
Alayum.
Moab.
Moab.
Wagari.
Wagari.
Kabal.
Bo.
Waimoma.
Waimu.
Waimalak.
Waimalak.
Alasha.
Alasha.
Ain.
Ain.
Yashabia.
Yashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Dam.
Dam.
Ashawar.
Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Kayawa.
Kayawa.
Zawa.
Zawa.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Selah.
Selah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Madi.
Tamadi.
Kasiyasara.
Kasiyasara.
Kayabi.
Kayabi.
Makao.
Makao.
Kayashwan.
Kayashwan.
Ashamadwa.
Ashmad.
Bayanda Ara.
Dayanda Ar.
Hayawa.
Hayaw.
Aman.
Amon.
Ladama.
Ladam.
Shatama.
Shatam.
Nada.
Nada.
Ya.
Ya.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakazal.
Wakazal.
Manai.
Manai.
Kalin. Nasiyakamba.
Nasiyakamba.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Marwa.
Amar.
Narasha.
Narasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ah. Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahai.
Alahai.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shatamba.
Shatam.
Gauka.
Go.
Kwash.
Kwas.
Banya.
Anya.
Roka'a.
Ra'a.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Dabara.
Bara.
Yara.
Yara.
Wa.
Wa.
Kalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Dalahat.
Dalahat.
Ari.
Har.
Khan.
Khan.
Dargap.
Daragab.
Basiraka.
Basiraka.
Basa.
Basa.
Bafta.
Basa.
Tabalaham.
Dalaham.
Mala.
Mala.
Banya.
Anya.
Kawan.
Walawan.
Wayapakashwa.
Wawakwash.
Ka.
Shuka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Ibashwa.
Wayapaawa.
Wow.
Aya.
Ai.
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 Wayakaparwa.
Wakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Mahaba.
Wayadawa.
Wadaw.
Ata.
Kayat.
Ka.
Shuka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Baka.
Baka.
Aliyawan.
Aliyawan.
Aw.
Ah.
Ka.
Ka.
Kaharataza.
Arataza. In the English, keep not thy silence,
Not
Keep not
thy
thy
side.
silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, that taketh crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Garians, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the habits of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. They have hoped in the children of Lot. Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a rib, and like Zeid. Yea, all the princes as Sabbath, and as the moon, who said, Let's take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth. All select in all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Listen to us now. Right now. See, he was a curse. And punishment and instruction to the heathen that speak against us. Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. See, he was in curses. And punishment and instruction to the heathen. And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refused to give to the school, force their riches, to enter thy sanctuary. See, he was a curse, and punishment and instruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Positimatizers, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, that's space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, the cable access channel, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, try to stop us, broadcasting the word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shah, Michael and Gabriel, come down to flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause we know about all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at that coming. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you always. So be it.
Sorry.
You go ahead and use it. So Yahweh Shemel
Shabbat. Laya Shalom. Shabbat. You seated?
Come on, put this down for me. Yeah, sure. That is perfect, huh? Yeah, that's perfect. No, I was talking about mine. All right, so we are going to get into Ezekiel, the rest of the 12th chapter, and we are going to jump into tonight. Yep, here you go. Yeah, so we are going to finish up with the rest of the 12th chapter. If you can see on the screen, it's going to be Ezekiel 12, 25 through 28, and then we're going to jump into chapter 13, 1 through 3. All right, and I will keep repeating it so people know where we're at. And once again, if you're watching online, it's actually on the screen as far as the title. Okay? If you guys have any questions or concerns, type it into the chat. We'll get to it.
You said Ezekiel what?
12 and 25 to 28. So the rest of 25. 12th chapter. And then it's going to go into 13, verses 1 through 3. Yep.
All right. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 25. Kaya. Anya. Yahweh. Adabar. Ashar. Adabar. Dabar. Washah. La. The Mashak. Awa. Kaya. Baya Maya come. Baya. Amaria. Adabar. The bar. Shayat the Yahweh. Naam. Adanya. Yahweh. Verse 26. Waya Haya. The bar. Yahweh. Alia. Lamar. Verse 27. Ban. Adam. Ana. Bayat. Yesharal. Amariam. Akazawan. Ashar. Awa. Azar. Layam Mayam. Labayam. Walathiam. Rakawa Kwa Wa. Awa. Nabah. Verse 28. Lakan. Amar. Alayam. Ka. Amar. Adanya. Yahweh. La. The Mashak. Iwad. Ka. The Baria. Ashar. Adabar. The bar. Wayasha. Naam. Adanya. Yahweh. Okay. 13.
Yep, verses 1 through 3. All right, you got it.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 1. Yahweh. No, it's like it. It's Wayaya. The bar. Yahweh. Alia. Lamar. Verse 2. Ban, Adam, Anabah, Nabayaya, Yasharah, Anakaya, Wamar, Anab, Yaya, Malabam, Shemayawa, Yabar, Yahweh. Verse 3. Ka'ah, Amar, Adanya, Yahweh, Awaya, Anabaya, Yayayim, Anabalia, Ashar, Alakayam, Akar, Warakam, Alabal, Lataya, Ra'awa. Verse 4. Oh,
That was 3, right?
right. That was 3.
All right. Good, man.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah,
Keep going.
No, what helps me is just thinking about what the first verse is and the last verse. So yeah, that usually helps me, so that we don't lose track.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I get on a roll, you know, so
Yeah,
I
hear
ripping through the scroll. Like one of the ancients here.
No,
Like one of the Gadites in the mountains or something. You know?
No, you gonna mess around and read the whole damn chapter.
Yeah.
The whole book, actually. Not even the chapter, the whole book.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I get on a roll, I get to going, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's good though. That's really a good skill though, once again. So that is Ezekiel. We just wrapped up with Ezekiel 12 and the Tanakh. We are going to wrap it up in the actual English, in the King James Version Bible. Okay, once again, if you got any questions or concerns, go ahead and type it into the chat. We'll get to it. All right, from last week, as we get to it, last week we talked about a lot of things, man.
Right.
With Ezekiel. But yeah, we like always, we're always going to recap and pretty much, previously go over what happened last week and get into this week. All right. So can we read a few verses up, like 4 verses up, when we get a chance?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to go like 12 and 22?
Yeah.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?
Yeah, and last week when we talked about this, what exactly were we going over? Was you here last week?
Sabbath.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so last week when we went over this, just give me 1 second. Let me get to it myself. My phone's acting a little weird. 1 second. That was 22, right?
Right.
All right. Yeah, so last week when we read this, right? So let me see. So we actually talked about a little bit of the scriptures and Deuteronomy, like dealing with the curses, because if you look at verse 19, when it talks about eating and drinking your water with carefulness, it's not saying don't knock over your cup, watch for the crumbs. It's talking about us in the wilderness, like us being us hiding from the enemy.
Right.
For as far as eating and drinking and carefulness, so that way you don't get snatched up.
Right.
You don't get caught. You want to say
Right.
something?
Right. But good. And see, here's the thing: a lot of times the enemies know the land. They know, okay, there's corn over here.
Right.
So if we can't find them inside the wilderness or whatever, they gotta eat.
Right.
And so now they sit back and watch you. You know what I'm saying? So when you come out to eat, and there's a significant amount of you, then they come out to catch you.
Right.
Kill you or whatever in the hell they want to do, So that's one of the reasons why we had to eat our bread with carefulness.
Right. Yeah.
You find any type of wild, food or whatever, that's, growing, they know that you got to eat. And they know you got to drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the alligators do. when they catch, the gazelles and everything, they know the gazelles need to drink.
Yeah.
They know the gazelles and wildebeest and stuff like that. They know that they got to get in that water, because just like the wildebeest, they got to migrate.
They do.
A lot of times they have to go through paths where waters is at, and the gators they know what time they come. You know what I'm saying? They already know. So, they can nab them up some wildebeest, as they try to cross or whatever. Well, it's pretty much the same thing with us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One of the biggest times they would find us is times when we, our bodily needs, food and drink and everything like that. They know that that's the time to really come to catch us, and we know that they know. So now we have to eat our stuff in carefulness. Right.
Also, too, once again, that puts us in a vulnerable spot to get ourselves in trouble, with the enemy.
Right.
Getting catched up, getting killed and things of that sort. Also, too, it's a trap.
Right.
If you know anything about you should know your enemy. You should know how he thinks and how he moves, because he's going to be thinking and knowing how you move. But you got to be, 10 steps ahead. All right. You can't be an easy target. That's why, like in the ISUPK, we are not easy targets.
Right.
Although, our enemy tries everything to try to bring us down, to try to keep us oppressed, try to, pin something on us. Like, for example, do y'all remember that story when that dude in New Jersey had shot up something and they tried to say it was us?
Yeah,
y'all remember that? Yeah. Y'all remember that? And they was like, yeah, that was y'all. I remember being at the job. We call it a slavery because you are slaving, for pennies, pretty much, nickels and dimes. But anyway, I remember this African girl, the Somalian chick. She pretty much, she knew that I was with the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I come to work, all I wear is UPK clothes.
Right.
Because everything else I really don't wear. I just wear, just that everywhere I go. And she was like, I was reading this article, and one of your guys, has shot up this place. Da da da. I'm like, what you mean? Shot up where? And I'm just like, no. I was like, you know what? I know exactly what you're talking about. I said, look, we are not affiliated with that cat, and we don't even know who the hell that is. I don't even know what group they come from. Just because they say it's an Israelite group doesn't mean it's us. There are multiple Israelite groups out there,
right.
But you got to know exactly the name. Just because there's multiple Israelite groups doesn't mean that we all affiliate with each other. I believe I heard other fake Israelite groups, say that they don't affiliate themselves with anybody else either. And plus, they got that from us. They got everything from us. See what I'm saying? But yeah, so we don't affiliate ourselves with anybody. Okay? And that's how, how is it that they always get caught up, but we don't? Because they are still doing things that they should not be doing.
Right.
All right? If the Most High was with you, you would not be jammed up. You would not be in jail for embezzling money. You won't be, in jail for shooting transsexuals in the face. You won't be, getting terrorized, by everybody ever since that sister got killed.
Right.
With the purple cats, the Barney cats, whatever, the Prince camps, I don't know.
Right.
You feel me? So, I'm saying all that to say, we are not easy targets.
Right.
Okay? In the ISUPK, we do everything by the book. And we also follow the laws of the land too. Right. And the laws of the land is, don't kill, don't steal, don't do this, don't do that. It's really, it's plagiarism off of our book, off of our records anyway. The whole law system, but they just, add evil to it. All right. Didn't you break that down? That's what the definition of wicked is.
Right. It's to take good and evil and mingle them and twist them together.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
That's just like like I was mentioning, like wicker furniture.
Right.
You take the woods and you twist the stuff together.
Yeah.
Wicker man. You know what I'm saying? With that thing, the wicker man and Wiccan culture and all that. Take something good. It's like the yin yang type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Good and evil, balancing out and all of that stuff.
So yeah, that's wicked, man. But in here, we are clean.
We are blameless. All right. Let's keep moving forward. Can go to 23.
Verse 23. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
For there shall be no more.
So you mind breaking that down for them?
Okay. Okay, I'm take from the top. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel.
Yeah, I like this precept. I like this precept. It's dope.
And they say, oh no, this ain't gonna happen, like they do with, like they try to do with Revelations right now. But Revelations is right here, right in your face. Right. They try to throw it all the way in the future. Like, no, so we gotta please that's something that's gonna happen way down the line. Right. Or it's something that happened way in the past. That's what the Christian church is built, on that concerning prophecies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now the prophecies get reduced down to you're gonna get that job. Or America, God is with America, and America will defeat Iran. Or Afghanistan, or whoever the Taliban.
Right.
So then your prophecies become stuff like that. They become, real self-centered, prophecies. Right. And prophecies that lead towards white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. You see these televangelists and everything. There's a couple of notable ones. The guy, what was his name? Was it Jack Hagee? What's his name? John Hagee. Remember him? One that said, praise God and pass the ammunition.
Oh,
I've heard that before. About?
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I have heard that before.
And then you got the Paula White that said, God is with Donald Trump.
Yeah, I remember that.
Donald Trump didn't get a second term, so now it's like...
Right. that prophecy to come to pass.
Right, it didn't. And what was that prophecy based on? That prophecy was really based on, which is not even a prophecy at all. Right. They were just going on past events because he was the only president that did get 2 terms in what? In how long?
It has been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's see. Who all got 2 terms? Clinton got 2 terms.
How about Ronald Reagan?
Ronald Reagan, I think he only got 1 term.
Yeah,
he only got 1 term. Since him.
So yeah.
Everybody after that, George Bush got 2 terms.
He got
George W. Bush got 2 terms.
Right.
Bill Clinton got 2 terms. Barack Obama got 2 terms. So she put God in it. She said God is gonna give Donald Trump, another term. He's gonna get reelected because he's belongs to God and such a dominant God. And then he had all the black Negro preachers around putting their hands on this scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? Putting all their sins up on him, which, hell, these people, just want to put the sins on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they put their sins back on him unawarely, not knowing what they were doing. They were being coons, but that's what was happening. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say, laying hands on no man hastily.
Right.
Neither be partakers of one another's sins. They was partaking in his sins and had him partaking in theirs. Oh, they were exchanging sins. You know what I'm saying? And so now when he didn't get that second term, where is she again? You don't hear a damn thing from her ass no more, do you?
She's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, exactly. She's, what I'm saying? She's a little dizzy little devil, you know what I'm saying? And she just screwed in the game. Because that prophecy certainly failed. Right. And he became the first, president in a minute to not get 2 terms.
Yeah. Now I did think for a second that Donald Trump was going to get reelected, but then again, I'm like, I think they have a another agenda, which, I mean, so far with Joe Biden, I mean, right. He's still, he's no different than Donald Trump. He's still doing, BS.
Right.
See what I'm saying? As you see, him being the president of the United States, things is still the same. And things is getting a little worse.
Right.
Things is getting pretty worse, if you ask me. The situation with Haiti. See what I'm saying? Actually, I haven't heard Joe Biden say too much about the Haiti situation either. Have you?
Of course not.
Yeah.
No, I ain't heard none of that. You know, he ain't said nothing about it.
You know, the Vice President, Kamala Harris.
Right.
Yeah, her either.
Right. So, yeah, they the ones that set it off. They the ones that those are their men. So they really can't say nothing.
That's what. Yeah.
Those dudes that was hitting them with the whips, that's their men. They assigned them to that.
That's
Joe
what I'm
Biden
saying.
and Kamala Harris assigned those men to do that.
Right. But
So
yeah,
what can they really say? You know what I'm saying? What, they gonna bring them up on charges? Ain't happening. That's their dudes. Those are their goons.
Right. Yeah.
So now they don't want to speak against their goons, but at the same time, with this stuff going on, this tender situation with the whole thing with the Haitians and everything, they don't want to really say nothing against it either. So when you don't want to say nothing, you know, for the situation, and you don't want to say nothing against it, then you fall into the neutral zone and act like you don't even know what's damn going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you fell into the neutral zone concerning it and act like, well, we got bigger problems to worry about than this, that. You know, they don't want to deal with that at all. So everybody run around and think Kamala Harris is black and all that stupid stuff. Like they think that, what was it, Meghan Markle, whatever the hell?
Yeah.
These are white women.
Yeah, these are both white women. That's right.
You know, and look at what Kamala Harris was doing when she was in California.
Ooh-wee.
Look how many black, Hispanics, and Native Indians she threw under the damn bus there. You know what I'm saying? To build her political campaign and her political standing and everything, she made a blood sacrifice of many blacks and Hispanics. They had to sit on a layout. It was she's responsible for nailing at least 100, at least. You know what I'm saying? The blacks and Hispanics, they're in California.
And somehow a lot of people forget that.
Right.
And then also too, it's a viral video that's still going around, where Joe Biden was speaking about black people, how they should be locked up, and how they should be locked up, and they should not be around, you know, like devils and stuff like that. You know, they should be protected from them. So they have to do whatever they have to do in order to protect themselves and pretty much throw them under the bus. And I'm looking at the interview because I'm like, when you saw the interview?
I see the interview.
I gotta find it. It's an old video. He's like in a courtroom, he's speaking, he's talking, and I'm listening to the words that he's using. I'm like, he's pretty much saying that we should, we should have an agenda against niggas. And I'm just sitting there looking at the video like, you can't miss it unless you looking at politics. Like, politics is stupid. You know, it's very stupid. It's all a game. But if you know certain political words and how they speak, you will understand what they're saying.
Right, exactly.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, good night.
Right. These are dark speeches.
There you go. That's what or dark sayings.
Dark saying, like according to the scripture, would
right.
say,
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? These are dark speeches, dark sayings, to where, you know, it's like a dog whistle type of deal.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, only dogs can hear a dog whistle. Humans can't hear it.
Yeah. Also, too, I meant to bring this out. I gotta find this video. It's somewhere online. I just saw it like maybe 2 weeks ago. It's a video where Barack Obama and Kamala Harris is talking to each other, but when they're talking and they're laughing, it sounds like a childlike conversation. But now I believe this is very true. So of course, you know that people in the political world are, they have ties to sex trafficking. If you do not know that, everybody should know that by now. Everybody should know that, right? They have certain keywords that they say that represents male harlots or woman harlots. You know what I'm talking about?
What's it, a key word for each?
Yeah, like they have certain language, slang for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
Man,
like specific, like political terms?
Yeah, like if I showed you this interview of them talking, you're gonna ask yourself, what the hell are they talking about? Because they're saying, I remember one said dog, someone said tuna or some weird shit. It was just like they said a lot of random words. And I'm watching the video, and then this guy, he's breaking down what these mean. He said these are sex trafficking terms that they use. So after I didn't get too deep into it, because I'm like, he's probably being a conspiracy theorist. When he started putting up a lot of more information on the video as I'm watching it, I was like, that sounds, interesting.
Yeah, because they do speak, remember when the scripture, when it said, that we'll be a nation whose tongue we don't understand.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like we don't understand stock language.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't understand when you're looking at some type of political situation on television or whatever, news or some political debate or something like that, when they talk about being conservative. Who knows what conservative is and what they're actually talking about when they're talking about, being towards conservatism. You got blacks running around calling themselves conservative just because he got a good job. You know what I'm saying? He got a good job. He works at Ford Motor Plant. He's a conservative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a truck driver. He is a conservative. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what the hell it even means.
They don't.
Black people just think, I'm in a certain tax bracket, make so much money. I'm a conservative. But white people understand something. They understand, that when they say conservative, what it actually means is conserving the values of America, which means slavery.
There you go. Yeah.
Because you have to, in order to be a conservative, you have to have something to conserve.
There you go.
Right. What the hell have we accumulated here that we need to conserve?
Right. And you know what? I would ask a Negro, like, so are you a slave owner or something? You know what I mean? Like, what do you conserve?
Right. What what property did you gonna pass down to your great grandchildren that you need to conserve so much? You can't pass down no goddamn job.
Right. You damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you have? That means you want to preserve slavery.
There you go. Yeah.
You're a conservative. You're a conservative for somebody else's interest, not even your goddamn own.
Right.
You want to make your children slaves.
Mm.
You want to conserve a slave society and make your great grandchildren slaves.
Right.
And your daughter's ghetto gaggers.
Mm.
And your son's gay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you trying to conserve. Because hell, if we say we conservative, you know what we talking about? We talking about conserving everything that's in this Bible.
Damn right.
We talking about protecting these scrolls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And conserving the way that the prophets and everything lived, and the kings of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And the nation, technically we got way more better claim to being conservative than any damn body else because we have something of value to conserve.
Right. There you go.
Now what the hell y'all got?
Right. and then another thing too, you gotta understand, being a conservative as well, like if you are a Israelite, like you mentioned this last week, you really don't own anything.
Right.
The things that you say that you own is not really yours. Like for example, if you live in a house or apartment, anything can get foreclosed any minute.
That's right.
And the bank takes it.
Yes.
That's not yours. If the bank has power over your property, your so-called property that you own or rent, how is that even yours? That's somebody else. That's somebody else's. That's why they say rents.
Right.
The mortgage. Like now you gotta understand what all that means. Cars as well. You know what I'm saying? How is it that you can pay off this car of yours, right? But it can still get towed and taken away any minute.
Right.
Like, good night. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you have to see what's right in front of you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people are too slow off of the damn drugs. Also, too, when you mention Revelations, right?
Right.
We are in the book of Revelations right now. Like, we are going through the prophecies of Revelation. And just to let you know, you don't have time to, continue doing all the evil that you're doing. Right. There's no more time for the strip clubs, the whores, sleeping with everybody else's woman. See what I'm saying? There's no time for the drugs. There's no time to be stupid and silly out here. That's why I camped last week. The camp videos is up, by the way. If anybody didn't know. But like last week, we all spoke about what time it was. And is not, high time to wake out of sleep. Right. That's really what it is. With everything going on with Haiti, with, the wars going on. And there's, every month, there's always a big thing that happens. Have you noticed that? All throughout 2021, each month something major happens, and it's only going to get worse. And it's not a good thing. It's all bad. Right? The first month of 2021, what happened? Y'all remember what happened on the first month? That was major, and they're still kind of talking about it today. What was the major thing that happened in January of this year?
Everybody's mind is so with COVID, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people really ain't been able to see outside of that.
So
it's been so messed up, you know.
So the capital.
Yeah.
You know, it was the capital. That was the big thing. A few months later, a few major people got killed. All right, after George Floyd, because George Floyd had died last year in May 24th of last year. Now, a few months later, after January, you know, because I forget February, March, all the way, but a few months later, after January, what happens? They have a new strand of the COVID. It's called what's called
Delta variant.
There you go.
Oh, they get ready to come out with another one. It's called the monster.
Oh yes,
variant.
I heard of that. Yeah, I heard of that. Yep. Yeah, it's just like month after month after month, so much things has happened, and as you see, the Most High is not letting up. Right. He's not taking a break. Like the Most High got everything on lock. He has everything on lock to the point where, you know, I mean, in a second, everybody's not gonna want to be in the earth because it's gonna be so terrible and so horrible, right. And it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. It's gonna really be a lot of bloodshed.
But especially not here, because hell,
everywhere.
I was just looking at just a couple of, you know, not here in America, because I was looking a couple of months ago. It was talking about people leaving big, huge cities. You know what I'm saying, and going to somewhere else. Like, say for instance, you got a lot of people that are actually leaving New York and California, which is these are the places that people want to go to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to go to these places. But people that are living there are trying to leave, you know what I'm saying, and going somewhere else. Let's just think about it. Now they're trying to make somewhere else the hot spot, but then that spot is going to get too hot, and they're going to want to go somewhere else.
Right.
So a lot of people just going to throw in the chips, you know what I'm saying, and be like, man, you know what? Let me get the hell on out of this country, period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is going to be like that. They just going to want to leave.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just like, I mean, hell, just you think about it. Look at the major corporations and businesses moving and going somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So what does that do? That takes the jobs away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, think about like what happened in Detroit, the Motor City. All the damn motor plants hopped up at once and left.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that place, you know, went into decay after that because brothers were living, you know, even though we was pretty much relying on jobs, motor jobs and all of that, but at the same time, we seemed to have some sense of stability in living and everything. Children were raised, you know, decent and all that, but as soon as they moved the motor stuff up out of there, all of a sudden, now drugs became the big business. You know what I'm saying? So they started to, you know, really mess up the whole community damn near overnight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think the white flight thing was good. You know, white people getting up out of, you know, Detroit and all of that stuff. I think that thing was good. But when they sat there and took out, you know, the damn, you know, motor companies and one of the biggest ways that people ate there, you know, things got pretty messed up.
Right. Yeah, so, you know, with that being said, like, you know, I mean, that's the point. I know we touched on a lot of things, but that was for verse 23. Just to, you know, and also too, it says, but I say unto them, the days are at hand, which we mentioned, and the effect of every vision. And we pretty much showing you what's going to happen, what's to come, and what's going on right now. And a lot of people can't say that you did not know that the things that are not here today that are going to come, you can't say that we did not warn you. Because that's the point of us going on to the streets. We don't just go out on the streets because we want to. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure everybody doesn't want to go to camp all the time. I'm sure you would rather be comfortable in your bed. See what I'm saying? Watch the TV, do whatever, you know, righteous pleasure that you may want to get into. Eat some damn good food, watch TV, play with your kids, you know, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Go out, all right, maybe sleep. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with sleeping. You know what I mean? Getting a little extra sleep. But we go out to the streets to really warn the people. That's the whole purpose of us going onto the streets every Saturday or every Friday, depending on your zone. Because we have to let our people, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans know what time it is. See what I'm saying? And what's going to happen, what's going to come. All the things that are in the Bible are going to come to pass. A lot of it has already came to pass. but there's a lot more that still has to, happen.
Right.
What I'm waiting for is that son of perdition to be revealed.
Right.
Because when that kicks off, man, boy, oh boy, Yahweh Shai is going to be here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But, I pray that the days that Yahweh Shai is not here, there is somebody out there that comes into the UPK and change their life before it's too late.
Right.
I would love to know, once this is all over, that what is it, 1/3 or 2/3 that will be cast to dragon to fire. You said it's 2/3. Yeah, I would love for us to change the mind, change the Most High's mind about that 2/3.
Right.
And this is something that General Muhammad has said that's very important. Like, you can change the Most High's mind about something, because it happened in Nineveh. You know what I'm saying? It happened all throughout the Bible.
Right.
Prophets talking to the Most High, to pleading with him,
right,
to change his mind about not taking the city, destroying it, and making it dust, or just anything. But you have to give the Most High something in return, and that's your obedience, that's your discipline. You got to really. Am I hitting it? You really got to get there, man. Well, you got it.
Yeah, that's what he wants, is your obedience.
Yeah.
Not your feelings of love.
Right.
Your feelings of love and tenderness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what he wants. You know what I'm saying? You don't never see nowhere in the Bible where the Lord say, how do you feel about me? You don't see that scripture nowhere. With none of the prophets, none of the priests, none of the kings, none of that. That's why Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. He ain't say feel googly wooglies and all that. And I always get to the point where you're ready to cry. Because that's what the Christian church do. They love with a feeling.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like females.
Right. Emotion.
Right. Emotion.
Right.
They love with their emotion. It feels good to cry.
Yeah.
Feels good. To, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody always crying in the goddamn church. That is annoying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It just doesn't make sense.
Figure we spiritual when we do that. Like, we levitate. Be brought to a higher plane and shit.
No, and that's very true. Because that's so crazy that you say that. Because it's like, people think when you're crying and stuff like that, you're very, compassionate, and ain't no wrong with crying unless you got a purpose to cry. If your eyes in pain or something, it's unbearable. Yeah, cry. Shit, I understand. But if it's something that you let me see. Ain't no wrong with crying, but it's a time and place for everything.
Right, but it's
a spirit. It's a spirit behind it too.
Yeah.
But if you're crying in the church for God and stuff, come on, man, you're doing too much.
When I was in the Christian church, I would notice the same people crying every week. Mm-hmm. Dead serious. So now you start thinking, okay, the first couple of times you did that, all right, I see it, I can understand. But now it's 5, 6, 7, 8 times now.
Yeah. So if I may,
you just cry on a Saturday. How the hell is this even? Is this therapeutic? What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw this meme where it said I was in church one day and I saw a kid. This kid was in the church, so it was a meme, and this woman was shaking and crying on the ground, stuff like that. And somebody yelled out in the crowd, one of the kids, she does this every Sunday. That shit was so funny because that's what they do.
Right.
It's always on time.
Right.
It's always on key. They never miss. They always crying and shaking and throwing their hands up. It's sad, man.
Right. And that's why they play certain music.
Yeah. The notes.
And here's the funny thing about it. Mm-hmm. Everybody think it's the Christian pastor that's getting all the box in the church. Mm-hmm. That's not the truth. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you who's getting all the box in the church. The musicians. Mm-hmm. The musicians is getting all the box in the church because they control the emotions of the people through the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You see, think about it. You're a wicked musician inside a church, right? And you see a sister that you want. You peeping her while you up there playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you play a certain little tune and everything, and she get all emotional, such and such. This sit there and brings her an attachment to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Subconsciously, spiritually, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
the damn musicians is getting all the box. They're serious. And what do? They go from church to church. They hire these musicians.
Hell yeah.
They go from church to church. It's the same damn thing as you at an R. Kelly concert.
Man.
It's real similar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like in a club and people that do live music. You know, it's the same spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They get in the box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very
they
true.
hitting women in every damn church that they going to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know, that whole, emotional thing, you got the same people crying. You got big old 6'4", 270-pound dudes crying every Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, the Christian church is like it's all an act. It's a concert,
right?
It's it's really just it's just a goddamn concert. It's just a show. It's all acting,
right?
None of that shit is real.
And all their prayers are the same.
Right.
All of them praying for job.
Right.
The same dude praying for job every, and praying how the Lord blessed him with a job and this and that. And he's fired a month and a half later. Now he's in church again praying for another job. Yeah, well, hell, after 5 or 6 jobs, oh no, maybe the Most High, that ain't his plan for you, baby. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You sit there pray for 5, 6 jobs, I mean, damn, he ain't having you playing job hopscotch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, something might be wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's keep moving real quick.
All right.
Verse 24.
Verse 24. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel.
Come. You guys.
Look, that's what goes on inside these Christian churches and everything right now. Vain divinations, and vain visions. Vain vision for America. What are they saying? Praying for America to change, for America to go back to God. As if America was ever even with God in the first place. America was never with God.
Right.
Ever.
That's right.
Because if they did that, they couldn't be chopping off black men's rods and all of that stuff if they were ever with God, right?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't sit there and be cutting off, Gadite women's titties and everything.
Now, one thing I was thinking about that Ben Shapiro fool. So, like, it acknowledges how a lot of things were started, but how there's no proof of that being prolificated afterwards.
Is that what his argument is?
That's basically what his argument is. That there's no statistics, there's no polls. He'll argue the opposite. Well, more white people are subjected to getting killed or accosted by black people than black people are getting abused by white people.
Where's the stats on that though?
That's what I'm saying. Like these are a lot of things that he brings up, and he'll quote this stat from this source or this poll from this source,
and they're all white.
And he's conservative. Exactly. And he's a conservative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, so what does he want to conserve? He wants to conserve. Hell, you look in certain neighborhoods where you got these rich Jewish people. Who was they maids?
Right.
They maids is black women. Same thing in slavery.
It's like this is when you mentioned that. So now, not coincidentally, but he recognizes Sabbath as being Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown.
Okay.
But he turns off his phone. He ain't gonna start his car. He ain't gonna turn on the microwave. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good man.
Yeah, well, he could be that all he wants because the time is gonna come where God's gonna shut off the electricity anyway.
Right.
So they ain't got to worry about just not having electricity on the Sabbath. They ain't gonna have it on no days of the week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most I did the Egyptians like that. He caused darkness. So when he caused darkness in Egypt, there wasn't no electric nothing. There wasn't no Baghdad batteries going on. None of that stuff.
Generators, nothing.
Right. None of that.
Right.
The pyramids dark as hell. You know what I'm saying? Not as if they produce any damn light anyway. The structure, useless damn structures.
Right.
The only use is to sit there and promote an idea of the Tower of Babel. That's the use of the pyramid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is to keep that idea alive.
Right.
That's it. Other than that, the damn thing's dead, has no use. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big ass damn thing, you know what I'm saying, that they use to physically and mentally break us down with. That's that.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, that's that shit. So like, yeah, let's keep going. Though.
Okay.
No, that's funny though. He said, yeah, they ain't finna have lights no way.
Yeah. Verse 25. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass.
Right.
It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house.
Damn. But now everything that we just talked about, that's just what the Most High is saying.
Right. Will I say the word and will perform it, said the Lord God.
So the Most High is telling you that all the things that we just mentioned is going to happen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Keep wasting your time doing what you're doing as far as being disobedient to the Most High and just see what happens to you. See what I'm saying? Because everything, every action, everything that you do that's, wrong, has consequences.
Right.
See what I'm saying? There's definitely going to be consequences. And, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will come soon enough.
Right.
But it's better to avoid it by doing what the Most High told you to do.
Right.
Now, I done heard stories of like a lot of us in UPK, we should be dead.
Right.
A lot of us should be dead. Like I didn't hear brothers and sisters stories. I'm talking about brothers and sisters stories. I'm like, damn, like we really all should be dead.
Right.
I done heard some terrible stories. And I'm just like, wait, so how'd you make it here? Like how you alive? Like, damn. So you telling me when that situation happened, you did not catch a bullet. You did not get hit by that car.
Right.
Really? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You did not get your ride chopped off. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like when you change your like the Most High will get like the grace period of time that we have. The Most High is giving you time to get your stuff in order.
Right.
And you got to use that time. Don't waste it because you cannot get time back. You always got to understand that. When the second you miss the opportunity, man, it's going to be hell for you. Like, do not play with the Most High's time that He has gave you. Otherwise, you will end up in hell. In more of a hellish condition is what I mean. All right, you want to say something?
Yeah. Shit, you done spoke a mouthful.
Salaka, yeah, go ahead, you got it.
Verse 26. Again, the word of the Lord came to me saying, verse 27, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Remember when we was talking about how they look at Revelations and all of that? Right. That's what the Christian church teaches you. Take the prophecies of the Bible, throw them way in the future.
I want to bring this out. I got to bring this out.
Or the way in the past to where there is no now.
Right. Yeah. So like that's what I've been hearing lately about Christians. They always say that book is so old. It's not talking about now. That happened a long time ago. Right. Then why you still take tithes? That happened a long time ago.
Yeah. Tithes happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say also too? What did they say? They say a bishop should be a husband of one wife. Well, why can't that be way in the future then?
Mm-hmm.
Well, way in the past. You know what I'm saying? Why can't that one be way in the future of the past?
Right.
No, that's now. They pick and choose what now.
What I'm saying, yeah. And then also too, I was talking to my, my father. He doesn't really understand the truth, and I always gotta, correct him and check him about the Bible. He was telling me that, us in the ISK, we pick and choose what we want to, do and get out of the Bible. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I told him that, I got to get myself ready and get things in order for my anniversary. He's like, so you don't celebrate birthdays, but you can do an anniversary. I was like, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's lawful. Right. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And he starts laughing. He's like, look, y'all pick and choose what y'all want to do. I said, no, we don't. And then he thought that we only deal with the Old Testament. I told him we deal with the entire Bible. It doesn't make sense to believe in half of a book and have the rest of, the other book not, unattended. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like what's the point of the book?
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, we also feasted. It was a custom for the young men to keep feasts.
Oh yeah.
We feast for every damn thing.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Say for instance, my nigga right here, he ready to graduate. Let's have a get together. Let's throw something on the grill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or such and such a, he just got out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My brother just got out. Nigga,
Yeah.
let's throw a shebang for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What did the scripture say? When man esteem a day over another, there's nothing unlawful about that.
Yeah. Like for example, I remember we was at this one brother's house for like almost every Saturday that we did not have camp. You see what I'm saying? That those Saturdays that we did not have camp, we was over that brother's house grilling.
Right.
And had drinks, we had food, and we working out. It was a good time. Like I mean, it's every Saturday. Like we didn't want to stay stagnant and sit around, but we celebrated just how things is and how things is going so good for Minnesota.
Yeah, chopping it up.
Yeah.
Same stuff we used to do, Indianapolis, Louisville, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, we go out, to camp or whatever. Everybody just have a big deal, after camp,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hang out and chill and chop it up, for a few hours or whatever the case is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with celebrating, certain days, as long as you don't go into the days with pagan roots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a different spirit there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you sit there and say, well, we're going to cook out for Easter and we're going to do such and such,
right.
That thing, which is a custom that has a damn thing to do with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We look at Samson, you know what I'm saying? When it says Samson, threw a feast.
Yeah.
It was bad if he threw a feast with them Philistines and everything. Even though he was just trying to pluck, pretty much pluck their mind, but there's nothing wrong with throwing a feast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with celebration.
Right.
If the thing is lawful, go ahead and celebrate it.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like all the time after camp, we go out to eat, don't we?
Yeah, a happy event.
Yeah.
Kings always do happy events.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? A happy event for everybody to come together, you know what I'm saying? And, chop it up and everything. Everybody come together, eat real good and everything and just have a real good time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, say, for instance, the Feast of Dedication. The Feast of Dedication is not a law in the scripture. It was just a day that we came up, because the Most High brought, deliverance to Israel, you know what I'm saying? And everything. So we decided to celebrate that day. It became a custom.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Because just remembering and putting, even though that wasn't in the law, you know what I'm saying? We esteemed that day, because of the deliverance that the Most High gave to us at that time so that we can keep these things in remembrance. Because if we don't, we'll forget them.
Right.
Just like what we did in this kingdom right here. We forgot them,
And that's why all throughout the Bible, like especially Deuteronomy, you're always going to see that word remember.
Right.
Why is the Most High saying remember? Because you might forget.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So remember these customs, these traditions. Also, too, he says, forget not.
Right.
You will see that. There's a purpose. Like when you study the Bible, you gotta understand the spirit of what is being said in order for you to understand what you're studying. Right. Otherwise, you will be confused.
Right.
See what I'm saying? If a person wasn't going to forget, what's purpose of saying, remember?
Right.
That's common knowledge.
He's like, if I could.
Yeah.
Esau remembers every time that he conquered over Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right. That's why he keeps those customs. That's why he keeps Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's why he celebrates their freedom in 1776 and all of that. They celebrate that stuff because what happens is it keeps them in remembrance. So when in a time where they feeling weak, they take that and draw strength from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They take that and draw strength. Whenever any army or whatever, or people is getting beat and on the losing side, they go back to their roots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to do the same thing. That's one of the reasons why actually the Apocrypha was banned in the Caribbean until what? 6-7 years ago? It was one time it was banned in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Because they didn't want them going back and reading those scriptures and getting strength off of it.
Right.
Because that's what actually sparked the slave revolts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And notice at the time when we was revolting, all the tribes were revolting together.
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
became a huge thing.
Yeah, shout out to Nat Turner.
Right. Yeah, let's clap that up right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's clap that up because I mean, damn, you know, when dudes started reading them records, it make them feel a certain kind of way. It makes you feel stronger, makes you feel powerful.
Yeah.
You know, you go back into that, and then you start to understand and everything too. You see how the Most High brought the victory. This is how the Haitians ended up conquering over the French. You know, on the island of Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They tore the French's ass up. They tore it was Napoleon who never lost a war.
Yeah.
And they ran Napoleon's ass right out of Haiti.
Yeah.
With some slaves with pitchforks and damn machetes and you know stuff that they used to work with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And lit the French ass up on that island and beat them so bad that they cut the whole world, cut the Haitians out of the Universal Trade Code.
Right.
Where they wouldn't import no goods there. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't buy none of their stuff. They totally cut them out of global trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The whole world. Now think about this for a second. The whole world did this, even Africa. You know what I'm saying? The whole world did that.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's how Haiti started to starve. You cut somebody out of the damn Uniform Commercial Code or whatever, they're gonna starve.
They are.
They tried to do that with Cuba, but hell, Castro had allies because Castro is white. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He had Russia, and with Russia, you get China. You know what I'm saying? And with China, you get all of their allies. He made the politically expedient move and became communist. So now he didn't need America.
Right.
And Britain and all of those places. He didn't need none of them. And he got all of his supplies coming from China and damn, you know, Russia and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was smart.
Yeah, it was a real smart move,
Yeah,
real
smart.
tactical move, you know, right there. So now he was totally independent from needing America for anything or any of the European countries, you know.
Okay, let's go to the next verse. What is it, 28?
Verse 20.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, the 12th chapter is a badass chapter.
Verse 28. Therefore, saying to them, thus saith the Lord God, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, said the Lord God.
Pretty much meaning that it's going to be in effect.
Right.
And pretty much also too, like, you know, people say, you know, today, you know, I said what I said.
Right.
The Most High said what He said. It's going to happen.
Right.
All right. There ain't no questioning, you know, about it. You know, there's no question anything that He said because it's going to happen.
Right.
All right. We go to verse 13.
Verse 13.
And chapter 13.
Chapter 13. It is verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, prophecy against the prophets of Israel, and prophecy, and say thou unto them that prophecy out of their own hearts.
Right.
Hear ye the word of the Lord.
Good night. We just went over this, man.
Right.
Night.
The Christian pastors prophecy out of their own hearts because their heart is with America.
Right.
Their heart is with America, so they prophecy the things that will help that they believe that will help out America.
It's the American dream.
Right, American dream. You know, God will turn to America back. America needs to turn back to God, as if America was ever with God in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They pissed off that a lot of America is atheist.
Yeah.
Hell, they were atheistic first.
Yeah. But you know, also too, if you think about it, why would they say something like that? As far as that statement, as far as you know, God should be with America. You know, like you got to ask yourself. I mean, you would think that God would be with America if you're so-called American. What happened? Why he leave? Why did God leave y'all?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like I mean, y'all must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, to them, you know, to the black Christian pastors and all that, God is white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though the scriptures say otherwise, they still choose to believe that God is white because they done got rich up under the white man by helping him to oppress black people.
Right. I'll say educated devils that know, you know, know the truth about the Bible definitely knows that God is definitely against this place.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it tells you in the scriptures.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they for quite some time been calling America Babylon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For quite some time.
Right.
They understood that much, even though white pastors can say things that Negro pastors can't say.
That's very true.
White pastors can say things like praise God and pass the ammunition. Black pastors would never say nothing like that.
Right. They'll be
they tell you to put your guns away.
Yeah.
While they got them a gun to protect themselves from whatever man's wife that they sleep with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got their pistol.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's very deep.
They got their pistol. They want you to put yours down, put yours up.
Yeah.
You the only goddamn one with a gun.
And they always say that love is going to heal the wounds of violence and all that weird gay stuff that they always say, and that love is going to stop the bullets or some shit. I heard them say.
Yeah.
It didn't help with Dylan Roof.
Right, love conquers. You're right, and the Christian church, they still haven't took the responsibility and the initiative to, be accountable for that.
Yeah.
To explain what happened and the spiritual reason of why it happened.
Right.
They will not say nothing about that. They hoping more Dylan Bruce come through.
Right.
So that way they can love and forgive. Like, good night.
Right.
Yo,
right.
Like, dude that just killed my auntie. You just killed, my uncle. Like,
right.
My mother, my father in the church. Like, you want me to forgive?
Right.
Good
exactly.
night. It shows you that spirit is really strong, and it's a strong ass demon.
Right.
The fact that he killed 9 people in the church.
Right.
And left like 1 or 2 people alive to tell what happened.
Right.
That's evil. And the people that were alive and the family of the dead relatives forgave that man.
Yeah.
And that is insane.
You see, here's the thing. If we all were supposed to be one and everything, that means the white churches should be pressed to forgive when black people do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when, I remember the time when O.J. Simpson, which I still don't believe he even did that shit. I don't believe he killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't believe he killed that.
But I do like his jokes because he be cracking me up. He always jokes about it. I think
O.J.
it's funny.
Simpson?
Yeah, all the time. he always like. Oh, just recently he had came out with a statement. Someone said, how come you don't go to L.A. no more? He just said this. He said, the reason why I don't go to LA no more is because I'm afraid I might end up running into the person who actually did it. Did the murder. And I started laughing, but when he said it, he was laughing.
Yeah.
And I said, hell no, that's funny.
It might be true though.
Yeah.
Because I heard some things. Because I knew a brother that was living in LA at that time.
Yeah.
When that happened, and he said where he was at, he could see OJ's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was some stuff behind that, and what he was actually saying was OJ stopped paying her drug bill.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, all that came out. Yeah,
he stopped doing that, so the dudes had to make a point, regardless of because a lot of celebrities think they can get by.
No,
you know what I'm saying, with owing these drug cartels money and everything, but just because of their status, they such and such's wife or they're this actor or that actor, you know what I'm saying? They be making a point. They let you know, regardless of who you are, you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
And she was actually, from what I heard, she was actually a victim of that. And she was throwing these big old huge parties, buying kilos of cocaine to accommodate her guests at OJ's house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I think that was funny though, because every time people ask him about this situation, he's always spot on point with a joke about it. I think this shit's hilarious. I just think it's hilarious because it's just funny. Y'all remember that interview where he had the banana and he was fake stabbing the woman? You know what I'm talking about? Man, that shit was hilarious because she was like, OJ, how exactly did it all happen? He was hiding behind like a curtain, and he came out with a banana and he was like, eat. Or whatever. That shit was so
Hey,
funny.
You know what? Here's the funny thing about it though. Now, with all the stuff that he done, as far as he write books, if I did it or whatever, the family gets
funny.
all of that stuff, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the family, her family.
Money?
Right.
Oh, okay.
But with him sitting there and playing that role and making fun of the stuff, now if they get the proceeds off that, that's got to make them feel some kind of way, no doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, damn, that would show that they don't give a damn about that woman for real. And that might be a smart move, reason why he's doing that. So that could be stuff that he can just get.
Yeah, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because who's gonna want to take the money off somebody that made fun? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Of your loved one's murder.
God, that's very true.
You know.
So can you read number 2 one more time, verse 2?
Verse 2, Son of man, prophecy against the prophets of Israel that prophecy, and say thou unto them that prophecy out of their own hearts. Hear ye the word of the Lord.
Right. So we just want to see that. Keep going.
Verse 3, Thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing.
Damn, that's cutthroat.
Yeah, it's funny because the Christian pastors' prophecies fail
all the time.
Yes, they got 100% failure rate.
Yeah, all the time.
You know what I'm saying? They got 100% failure rate.
Yeah.
You know?
I find that very hilarious.
Right, exactly. But here's the funny thing about it is because they still keep the allegiance of black people though. You know what I'm saying? They still keep and they'll sit there and trick it up, all of this stuff, and they good with, knowing how to manipulate people and stuff like that. You ever notice a large portion of the pastors have psychology degrees?
Yeah, I heard of that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They have degrees in psychology.
Yeah.
To know, how the mind works, how to entice it, how to, do this and that, to, get what you want out of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Christian pastors were pimps, because what a pimp do to the hoe? He puts a vision in the hoe's head.
Yeah.
And she's working for that vision more than she is even working for him.
Right.
But it's his vision that he put there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So he's profiting off that vision, but that's the same stuff they do in the Christian church, because when they start to crack down on the pimp game, a lot of the pimps decided to become Christian pastors.
Right.
I
mean, it makes sense, although it's disgusting, but it does make sense.
What are the pastors doing now? They in the sex trafficking game.
Yes, they are.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know brothers that didn't sit there and said that the pastor tried to hook them up with women, because the pastor perceived them as having, nice amount of money, wanted to hook them up with certain women inside that church so she can control what's in that brother's pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the pastor's the pimp, and this pimp really ain't got no assistant pimps for real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're not inside of his own congregation. They come from somewhere else, and somebody that he admires. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, like the deacons, they ain't, they really don't have no job for real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They just there just to carry the title deacon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who really runs it right up under that pastor is the women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And under the women is the Johns, which is their husbands and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're, this is like the pimp. You got the pimp, you know what I'm saying, the hoes, and the Johns. It's ran on that same exact program. Yeah.
Same spectrum.
Right, exactly.
Right.
A lot of pimps back then went to church.
Oh, yeah.
He went to church to get tips.
You know
what I'm saying? On how to run things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's damn pathetic. They just know how to game our people up, and that's why they always focus on the woman, because they know that the man follows the woman. Right. You know what I'm saying? The woman follow him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she is a weaker vessel as well.
Right, exactly. And she's the one also, he also knows that she's not spiritual at all, because a spiritual man will see through his bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He knows that the woman is not spiritual. She's carnal. And he plays on that. You know what I'm saying? He plays on the fact that she really doesn't have any real faith. You know what I'm saying? So what he does is injects the type of faith in her that he wants. You know what I'm saying? Towards getting that new husband. Even if she married now, but he's promising her a new husband. Ain't that something?
Good night. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's promising her a new husband. God is going to, now here's the thing. God is going to bring her a man. You know what I'm saying? God don't bring no man to no goddamn woman. Read your Bible.
Right.
When the hell you ever see God bring a woman, a man to a woman? You don't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? What he does is he prepares the woman for the man. Read Genesis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The man was created first.
Right.
The woman was created for the man.
Right.
You show me a goddamn job to where the boss come to you.
Right.
You gotta go and apply.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta jump through the damn hurdles to get hired onto that goddamn company. Hell, he's not coming to you and applying and filling out an application for you to work for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is order, you know, because he understands the carnality of these women. He understands that they hate a situation that puts them in their place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if they're put in their place, that means his pockets get hit. You know what I'm saying? That means he can't use your woman whenever he wants. They use the women that they're not attracted to also. You know what I'm saying? He got your woman as his baker, his cook. When she won't even cook for you, he got her as his cook.
Right.
Unless you touch something that she got prepared for pastor. You might be missing a couple of goddamn fingers, that evil ass woman, Christian woman you got.
Mm-hmm.
Because she could do evil to you and figure she's not doing nothing wrong. Because in her mind, God hates you. So whatever she do to you, she's being godly with it.
That's
you know what I'm saying? That mammy spirit. That's what she has inside that church. And to be honest with you, she only loving that Christian pastor because he's attached to the goddamn white man. He only, you know, she is serving that pastor because of his connection to the white man. Let him be disconnected from the white man. She's not going to give him that same type of goddamn support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's not going to give him that, you know. That's one of the reasons why a whole lot of people don't like us, because we're not connected with the white man.
Right.
If we was connected with the white man, this school would be so packed in every damn school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be the worship music, you know, just going on, and you know, y'all just, man of God. Y'all just so spiritual. We don't hear that stuff, you know what I'm saying? We hear the direct damn opposite all the goddamn time. Right. You know, because we're not connected with Satan.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why we don't get the love that we supposed to get. But that Christian pastor gets it. Okay. And they don't question a damn thing. He give them triple tithes, and they swear to God it's in the Bible. So they charge them triple tithes. And that's not even counting the stuff that they're going to charge you after that.
Yeah.
For whatever event that they have.
Right.
But what the church needs this, the church needs that, and such and such and such. They get grants for all of that. So the grants is paying for that. So what are they doing when they charge you? You know what I'm saying? They're just taking your goddamn money is what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You know, and just adding it to their goddamn accounts and getting filthy ass rich.
Right.
You know, I done seen big, huge churches with the lights cut off. Everybody paying all these tithes. You see the cars and everything. They in Benzes and BMWs and stuff like that, but they can't pay the goddamn light bill. What the hell happened to the money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got you know what I'm saying, your people, you know, the people that come to that church, you know, lawyers, you know, doctors, you know, some type of cops, and all of this stuff, all of these different, you know, a lot of them paid off of whatever the hell's in the evidence room, getting eating good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, you got free security, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pay for no goddamn security. You got cops all in your goddamn church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drug dealers is all in your church, donating heavily, you know, but can't pay the light bill. Where is that money going? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is funny because they seem to have an immunity that even the politicians don't have. A politician handle funds, his ass get up under investigation. When the last time you seen a Christian pastor up under investigation if he ain't sticking his rod in somebody's goddamn child or something? You know what I'm saying? He never gets charged with mishandling of funds. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is how you know that the women run the church, because anytime a pastor's up there and he doesn't please the congregation, the women overthrow him.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Always. The women overthrow him. Now people want to see who's really running the black community right up under the Christian pastors and the politicians and all of that. it's her. You know what I'm saying? 80% of the resources in the ghetto goes to. She runs that. And they have the power to overthrow pastors when they come together as a team. I done seen it happen. I done seen people go to blows outside the church.
Yeah.
Serious
Yeah,
pastors
yeah,
go to
that.
blows, start getting down. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I done seen pastors get ran off by the women. So now tell me how much fortitude he actually has. And as a matter of fact, and they ain't even get charged for molestation and stuff like that. They'll get somebody every now and then. You know what I'm saying? They'll get somebody every now and then. Just imagine how much of that stuff is going on that goes undetected. You know what I'm saying? Sex rings. They got sex rings in the church now.
Right.
Right now, sex rings. Oh.
So that was it on that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That was okay. So yeah, let's call it.
Maju, 100 down. Rise and face the east. Upon like you're done, let's face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakoka. Taba'a. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baharataza. Kawak. Hayah. Bashemayim. Lathalana. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabawaki now. Kazalak now. Kabawaki now. Wala'a. Darayana. Manasai one. Babal. Awashayana. Ayan. Ra'at. Hayah. Lakar. Malakwa. Wa'ala. Par. Lawalaya. Amah.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Alahari. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Azariah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemaya. Warataza. Alitham. Mawat. Regalka. All Yanawam. Shemarka. Na'at. Yanawam. Wala'at. Yashan. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shemarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al. Yeah. Yanka. Yawamam. Hashemat. La'at. Yakaka. Wayala. Yahweh. Yashemarka. Call. Yashamar. Aptapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Tazaraka. Wahuaka. Mayata. I will.
In the English, I'll lift up mine eyes. Unto the hill. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The The sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by
nor the
night.
moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
The Lord
evil.
shall preserve you from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming
from
in.
this time forth
This time
and
forth
even forevermore.
and forevermore. Prayer for the cock, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Shimei Shah.
By Shimei Shah.
Over the Shah.
Of the Shah.
Thunder now.
The Thala now.
The cock.
The Ka.
The cock.
The Ka.
Ba'ah.
Ba'ah.
Kamakala.
Kamakala.
The cock Madawak.
Kamadawah.
The cock.
The Ka.
The Tahar.
The Tahar.
Matazarai.
Atazari.
The cock.
The Ka.
The Hakim.
The Haki.
Mati.
Mati.
The cock.
The Ka.
Arakawa.
Arakawa.
The Ma'ala.
The Ma'ala.
The Garsha.
The Garish.
By Shimei Shah.
By Shimei
The
Shah.
Waram.
The power in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Shimei Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
Power
spirits.
against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Shimei Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Shimei Shah.
By Shimei Shah.
Rakanah.
Barakana.
By Yasharab.
By Yasha Allah.
Aliyah.
Wahayan.
Fari.
Safari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rafa'ah.
Rafa'ah.
Magan.
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 Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats the name once.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School, UPK.
IHK Minnesota.
SK Minnesota.
All destroyed of
All
Israel.
destroyed of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Haiti.
Haiti. All destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
SK Minnesota.
IHK Minnesota.
SK Haiti.
IHK Haiti.
SK Mexico.
IHK Mexico.
By Shimei Shah.
By Shimei Shah.
The Waram.
Tuarama. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah,
Lord, in the name of Shah.
bless us in Israel,
Bless us in Israel.
in the school.
In the school.
Bless He'll shield,
Bless
protect,
you, shield, protect.
loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah,
the name of Shah.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Elohim.
Allahayim,
Al-Damayah.
Adamiyah,
Lakah.
Lakat,
Al-Takarash.
Atakarash,
Al-Tashakwa.
Al-Tashqwa,
Al.
Wow,
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Al-Yabika.
Awapika,
Yaham.
Yaham,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Imaka.
Amaka,
Yaryamba.
Yarayamba,
Sawada.
Sawat,
Bayata.
Bayata,
Yatazawa.
Natazawa,
Al-Tazawapaka.
Atapaponka,
Marwa.
Marwa,
Lakawa.
Nakawa,
Manakidam.
Rakidam,
Magaria.
Gari,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
There's a car.
that's a car,
Sham.
Sham,
Yashala.
Nasha'ala,
Iwada.
Iwad,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Natazawa.
Natazawa,
Labah.
Labad,
Yakadla.
Yakat,
Galyaka.
Ayat,
Barya.
Mariath,
Yakarafa.
Yakarafu,
Alia.
Awa,
Alawam.
Alawum,
Wad.
Wad,
Yashamai.
Yashamai,
Alayim.
Ali,
Moab.
Moab,
Gargari.
Gargari,
Labal.
Labal,
Raimawan.
Waimawan,
Raimalak.
Waimalak,
Shah.
Al-Shah,
Ayin.
Ayin,
Yashabi.
Yashabi,
Tazawar.
Tasawwur,
Gam.
Gam,
Ashawar.
Ashur,
Nalawa.
Alawa,
Amam.
Amon,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Zawai.
Zawai,
Banya.
Banya,
Lawat.
Lawat,
Selah.
Selah,
Asha.
Asha,
Laham.
Aham,
Kamali.
Kamali,
Kazayasarat.
Yasara,
Hayabi.
Hayab,
Manakaal.
Manakaal,
Hayashma.
Hayashma,
Nashamadwa.
Asmali,
Bayan Ara.
Bayan Ar,
Hayawa.
Hayab,
Naaman.
Amon,
Adama.
Adama,
Shathama.
Shatham,
Nada.
Nadab,
Ya.
Ya,
Mawak.
Mawak,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Wakazaba.
Wakasab,
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal.
Katazol,
Manahai.
Manai,
Call.
Go,
Nasir Kamba.
Nasir Kamba,
Shah.
Shah,
Marwa.
Amar,
Narasha.
Narasha,
Nalau. Lanawa. Ah.
Ah,
Nawak.
Nawak,
Alahaya.
Alahai,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shathama.
Shatham,
Galka.
Galka,
Bash.
Bash,
Panya.
Panya,
Raka.
Raka'ah,
Kaash.
Ka'ash,
The Bar Yara.
Bariyar,
Wakalahaba.
Wakalab,
Dalahat.
Dalahat,
Sorry.
Hari,
Khan.
Khan,
Dardap.
Dardap,
Masiraka.
Wasiraka,
Basa.
Wabasa,
Sabaka.
Pata,
Kabalahom.
Dalaham,
Malaa.
Malaa,
Pagan.
Hani,
One.
Kwalawan,
Mabakasha.
Wabakwash,
Ka.
Shimkai,
How.
Yahab,
Yabasha.
Gabachi,
Wayaba Awa.
Wabao,
Aida.
Aida,
Ai.
Ai,
Wakapawa.
Wakapar,
Wayabadwa.
Wabak,
Wayadawa.
Dan, Kayata,
Shaka, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Baka,
Baka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Call, Karatasa.
Psalms 83.
Come on.
In the English, keep not thy silence,
Now outside.
O Yahweh,
Oh, Yahweh.
hold not thy peace,
Not thy peace.
and be not still,
Still.
O Yahweh.
Yahweh.
And lo,
Go.
thy enemies make a tumult,
And make the tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they hate you.
have lifted up the head,
Lift up the head.
that set the crafty counsel
If they grab the couch.
against thy people,
It's our people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
It's open against our enemy.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
let's cut them off of being a nation,
let's pick them off from being a
that the
nation.
name of Israel
The name of Israel.
may be no more in remembrance.
Maybe no more remember.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites,
and the Israelites.
of Moab,
Moab,
the
the
Garians,
Gad,
Gabal,
the Ball,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre,
the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
So is also doing with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot,
have opened the children of life.
Salah.
Salah.
It was to them as unto the
Unto
Midianites,
them is unto the Midianites.
as to Sisera,
As the sister.
as to Jabin,
As the bank.
at the brook of Kison,
Brook his son.
which bears at Endor.
Paris and Endor.
They became as dung for the earth,
Became as known for the earth.
made the nobles like Oreb,
And almost like aware.
and like Zeb,
Like Zee.
yea,
Yea.
all the princes as Zabah,
All the princes of Bach.
and as Zamun,
As the moon.
who said,
Who said,
let us take to
let
ourselves
us take to ourselves
the house of God in possession.
the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like the wheel.
as the stubble before the wind,
Stubble before the wind.
as the fire burns the wood,
The fire burns the wood.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
The flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
First you done with thy temple.
and make them afraid of thy storm.
Make them afraid of thy storm.
Fill their faces with
Your
shame,
face with shame.
that they may seek thy
They
name.
might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded in trouble
let it be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let me put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
Men may know the thou.
whose name alone is Yahweh,
Name alone is Yahweh.
art the most high over all the earth.
Most high of all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed be Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth,
In heaven and earth.
and all things
All
living.
things live.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Name Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Who is not
right now,
right now.
to evils and curses,
He is a curse.
and punishment and destruction
Sure.
to the heathen
To the heathen.
that speak against us,
Speak against
thy prophets,
the
the
prophet.
teachers,
Teach.
the princes,
Prince.
the priests,
Priest.
the Israelite brothers,
The life brother.
in the school,
And the school.
send evils and curses,
He is a curse.
and punishment and destruction
Punishment and destruction.
to the heathen,
To the heathen.
and shake loose
Shake the
the treasure of the rich of Israel,
treasure of the rich of Israel.
that refuse to give to the
I
school,
refuse to give to the school.
force their riches,
Force their riches.
to enter thy sanctuary,
Enter thy
send
sanctuary.
evils and curses,
These are curse.
and punishment and destruction
Punishment and destruction.
to the
To
Edomites,
the Edomites.
and the nations,
And the
and
nation.
the drug dealers,
Drug
the court system,
Court
the
system.
prison system,
Prison.
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood.
all the governments of our
All
enemies,
the governments, man.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Remember the synagogues and all.
Roman Catholic Church,
Catholic Church.
the Pope,
Pope.
Islam,
Islam.
Christianity,
Christianity.
Egyptology,
Time.
militia,
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan,
West Klan.
Aryan Nation,
Nation.
skinheads,
Skinhead.
positive Messiah, the
Ties.
gay movement,
Gang.
the lesbian movement,
Lesbian.
spies,
Spy.
works of witchcraft,
Witchcraft.
has a space program,
Space program.
Army,
Army.
Navy,
Navy.
Air Force,
Air Force.
Marines,
Marine.
Wall Street,
Wall Street.
open up the internet,
Open up the internet.
and the airways,
Yeah,
the cable access channel,
relax.
and the radio channels.
Radio.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
The spirit of any of the people.
that seek to stop
Seek to
us,
stop.
and bring swift destruction
With destruction.
to all the heathen
All the evil.
that stand in the way,
Stand in the way.
that try to stop
Don't try to
us,
stop us.
broadcast your words
Broadcasting the word.
throughout the planet Earth,
And
then loose all the
it's
places,
all the place.
cause them to go to and fro
From go to and fro.
through the earth and consume
To
them.
the earth. Soon.
Let the plague shake the house
Let the plague shake the house.
of the thief and the murderer.
The thief and the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
The Yahweh shot.
Michael and Gabriel
Like you engage.
come down to flying saucers
Down the flying saucers.
and punish all the heathen
Punish all the people
that come up against
that
us,
come up against
as you speak thy word.
You speak that word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all.
that it is the angels
That is the angel
that have done it.
that have done.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake out thy coming.
Cause them to shake it back on.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
The Yahweh shot.
Thank you always.
You always.
So be it.
So be it. So.
All right, with that being said, That concludes the Sabbath service. Shalom.
Shalom.